Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. Good morning. Online students, as if the screen is visible. Online students can respond in the chat window. All the online students can respond in the chat window. Okay, right. What is the last topic? What is the last topic? Opening the browser. Okay, right. Let's complete on that. So let's understand in a very detail how exactly we can continue in developing that particular respective automation script here. Okay, let's see that. So first understanding, if you want to begin work with Selenium, what we require? To work with Selenium, what we require? jar files has been required, right? Based on jar files, what you can access? What is it? Packages. Based on packages, class. Based on class, method. What is the use of the method? To perform any action here. So the whole programming while working with Selenium automation, or if you're working with Java programming, we need to be taking care about working with this particular hierarchy. As simple as if you're working with Selenium automation, or if you want to be work with the Selenium, we need to be download Selenium related jar files here. That particular jar files we need to be added to the project. Once we add the jar files to the project, then we need to be continued doing with the programming. So now downloading the jar files and adding the jar files to the project is one-time activity for one project. Adding the jar files is one-time activity for one project. In case if you are creating with the new Java project, again you need to be taking care about adding with the jar files for that particular project here. So let's understand, let's continue working with that. We are already added with the jar files here, again not required to add it. In general, if you want to add jar files, what are the steps need to be followed? Doing with right click here. Once you have been done with the right click, once you have been done with the right click, you need to be take with build path. From the build path, configure build path. From the configure build path, taking with libraries tab. Once you click on libraries tab, if you are working with a very latest version of JDK, you will get model path and class path option. In that, you need to be click on class path here. You need to be click on class path option. After that, you need to be click on this add external jars. Once you click on add external jar, you need to be add all jar files with the respective of Selenium. Further, you need to be taking care about downloading the folder of Selenium. Once you done with extract of that, you will be getting the folder of lib. Inside of the lib folder, you will be having some jar files here. You need to be add all these jar files here. Once you add with the jar file, you need to be add with the jar files which are available in outside of lib folder. You need to be add all jar files which are available inside of the lib folder at the same time outside of the lib folder. Once you got added with the jar files, then you need to be get continued with the steps. Once you done with added with the jar files, then you need to be get continued doing with the programming. So let's see that how exactly we can do that programming. For that, we got taking with Eclipse. What is the use of Eclipse? What is the use of Eclipse? Writing the programs and executing the program. First, we will be taking with Eclipse. Under Eclipse, what need to be created? Under Eclipse, what need to be created? Need to be get create with project. Under project, you need to be get create with package. Under package, you need to be get create with class. Under the class, we need to write that particular methods need to be get continued in writing that particular respective code here. So now we got added with jar files has been added, continued with the same programming. Package we are already created, need to be get creating with the class. You need to be get creating that particular respective class. You need to be get provide. You need to be get provide that particular respective class name. You need to be get provide that particular respective class name here. Now you can get provide any of the class name. You can get provide any of the class name that you will be considered TC002. Based on your comfortable, you can provide any of the class name. In general, if you consider automation script, on which basis you will develop automation script? On which basis you will develop automation script? Based on manual testing cases. Based on manual testing cases, you need to be get develop automation scripts here. Now, which testing case you are automating? Which testing case you are automating? You need to be get provide. You need to be get provide that particular testing case ID. Not like in a condition, not like in a rule, but that is what the real-time standards will be followed. As simple as which testing case you are automating, based on that particular testing case, need to be get provide that particular testing case ID. After that, we need to be get continued doing with the programming. So that particular programming, as simple as once you create in a class, what is the next statement we have to write? So need to be go with main method. We need to be get provide with the main method that you will be considering the string args. We need to be get provide that particular main method. What is the use of the main method? Use of the main method to start program execution. For the purpose of getting started with program execution, we need to be get taking care about this particular main method here. Now, in this particular main method, we need to be get continued writing that particular respective test step. In this particular main method, we need to be get continued writing that particular respective test step. Now, before writing with the code, so as simple as we are already got added with the jar file. Based on jar files, what we can access? Based on jar files, what we can access? We can access with packages here. Taking with the help of that particular respective packages. Taking with the help of that particular respective packages. Now you can see here, while working this particular Selenium program, any program it can work, you need to be get import. Any program it can work, you need to be get import the common packages. That packages, what is that package name? org.openqa.selenium.webdriver. The one common package name we need to be get considering the WebDriver. This is one particular package. Apart from this, it will be taking with one more package that it will be considering the import org.openqa.selenium. I'm taking with Firefox driver. In case of Chrome, what you have to mention? Chrome driver. Okay. At the same time, need to be go with one more package. What is that package name? org.openqa.selenium. It will be taking with by. So as simple as whenever you are working with any program in Selenium, you may get work with any program in Selenium, you need to be get taking care about using. You need to be get taking care about in importing these three packages. These three are a very common packages. These three are a very common packages need to be get imported while working with any program in Selenium. You need to import these three packages. In that, the one you will be taking with WebDriver. What is the use of this WebDriver package? What is the use of the WebDriver package? To get access of WebDriver classes and then taking with methods for the purpose of accessing WebDriver related classes and WebDriver related methods. You will be taking with the help of this particular package. Then you will be taking with Firefox driver. What is the use of this? To get access or to access which browser? Firefox browser. For the purpose of accessing with Firefox browser, we need to be get import this particular one. Then you will be taking with considering the selenium.by. What is the use of this? Considering that to get access for object identification methods. For the purpose of getting an access for object identification methods. For the purpose of getting an access for object identification methods, we need to be get import this package here. So as simple as you may work with any program in Selenium, any automation script, any test case you want to automate, as simple as to work with Selenium or to work with the Selenium program. These three are a very common packages need to be get imported while working with any program in Selenium. Okay. Now, we got these packages. We got jar files and then taking with packages. Based on packages, what we can access? What we can access? Class. Based on the class? Method. What is the use of the method? What is the use of the method? To perform an action. According to our test case step, what is the first action need to be done? What is the first action? Launching the browser. Who has to launch browser? Who has to launch browser? Selenium. That is what your automation testing. Meaning of automation testing? Testing done by the tool. What is the tool we are using? What is the tool we are using? Selenium. So who has to launch browser? Selenium has to be launching the browser. Further, what is the statement we have to write? System dot set property. So we are considering the local system. In the local system, we are considering with the path. Which path it is related need to be provided. WebDriver dot gecko dot driver. So need to be get provide WebDriver dot gecko driver dot which need to be get provide gecko driver. So this gecko driver available in gecko driver available in local system. This gecko driver is related to Firefox browser. That is okay. But this particular gecko driver available in local system. You need to be get provide path of that particular driver.exe file. You need to be get provide that particular path of exe file, including with the file name, and extension, we need to be get provide that particular path, considering the gecko driver.exe. Need to be get considering the gecko driver.exe, including with the file name, and extension. You need to be get provide on it. So once you got provide path of driver.exe file, what is the next step need to write? What is the next step? Creating the object WebDriver driver equal to. Assume that writing with new WebDriver. It is giving an error. Why it is giving an error? Why it is giving an error? WebDriver has been considered one interface. Considering that WebDriver is considering that one particular interface. According to the Java programming, can we create an object for interface? No, right? We cannot create an object for interface here. So by that, as we are not able to create, we are taking with reference here. We are taking with reference of the class. So because of that, in a place of WebDriver, what you have to mention? Taking with Firefox driver. In a place of WebDriver, you need to be get provide Firefox driver. Okay. Now you can see that we got provided path of driver.exe file and which browser it got mentioned. Now if we run the program up to this particular step, what is output you will get? What is output you will get? Launching with browser here. Okay. Right. Now you can see here, executing with the program up to this particular step. Executing with the program up to this particular step. Now we can see that which you will be taking with execution. It will be taking with the execution. Run as Java application. Run as Java application. If I'm executing it, what is output you will get? What is output we need to get? Launching with browser. We need to be able to say that browser need to be get open. Which browser need to get open? What is the browser need to open? Firefox. Did we entering with the URL? Why it is not entering the URL? We have not provided that particular instruction. Now let's see here. Considering that driver dot, what is the method name? To enter the URL, what is the method name? Navigate dot to enter the URL. To enter the URL, you will be taking with navigate dot to. To enter the URL, you need to be provide navigate dot to. So which application you want to be open? Which application you want to be open? You can provide that particular respective URL. Which application you want to be get open? You need to be take that particular URL. Now we can see here. We need to be get provide. We need to be get provide using URL. Okay. So we got launch browser and we got enter URL. Next, assume that you want to be close application. To close application, what is that method? What is that method? Driver dot close. Okay. Now let me run with the program up to this particular step. If we run with the program, now we can see how it will be working. Launching the browser, entering the URL, closed it, right? So which has been closing immediately? We need to be control this particular one. Further, we need to be get add. We need to be get add wait statement. Now we need to be get add with wait statement. You can see here. Okay. So now that particular wait statement. What is the wait statement we can write? What is the wait statement we are using? Thread dot sleep. So here you can provide that particular time, but it is giving an error. Why it is giving an error? Why it is giving an error? Need to be go with exception handling. To implement that exception handling, which you will be taking with throws exception. Okay. So which need to be get mentioning the throws exception. Now we can see here. If we run with the program, first what it will print? First it has to take care about launching with browser. Once browser got launched, URL need to enter. After that, wait for some time and closing the browser. Okay. So this is what you got in a possibility which you are already knowing it. Now continued with the same, which it will be mentioning about taking with first test case here, first step. then you will be taking with second step. What is your second step? What is the second step? I mean, after completion of entering the URL, what is the next step we got? Enter username. Now, see the understanding. See the understanding of the whole Selenium. See the understanding of the whole Selenium here. Now, according to this particular Selenium, how exactly we can develop automation script. Now, you can see that. Considering the first understanding, what is mean by Selenium? Selenium is? Selenium is one API having group of components. What is the first component? What is the first component? Selenium IDE. Next, Selenium RC here. After that, Selenium WebDriver. After that, Selenium Grid. Okay. Right. So now you can see that which need to be taking care about. These particular steps need to be followed. Now see the whole conclusion. See the whole conclusion of this particular programming. So previously we got all that hierarchy followed with the same. As simple as Selenium guys has been provided methods, we need to be use these methods. Now the very first understanding. What is the step we have to automate? What is the step we have to automate? Enter username. Who has to enter that username? Who has to enter that username? Selenium. Now for Selenium we have to inform. What we have to inform to the Selenium? Selenium. What is it? Enter for username. Okay. Now, you mentioned that you have been informing that to enter username. But while entering the username, the Selenium is getting some confusion. What is the confusion it is getting? Where it has to enter username. Because in our application, is that we got only one text box here? No. Even though you have one text box also, it cannot clearly understand that where it's need to be enter with username. Because of that first activity. What is the first activity need to be done? So the very first activity is first we need to be taking with the first step. First you will be taking with informing to the Selenium and considering that what kind of action need to be performed. Now we can see here. This particular one we got done with opening the application, entering the URL. What is the third step we have to do? Enter username. So for that, first we need to be doing with the step. Considering that, let's see here. First is identify object. Once he got identify the object, then you will be considering that perform that particular action. So your whole Selenium working with these two regular steps. First you have to take care about identifying the object, recognizing that particular element. Once we got recognize the element, then you will take care about performing an action. Now we can see here. Which object we have to identify? Which object we have to identify? Username text box here. So we need to write that statement. Let's see here. Taking with driver. What is the meaning of driver? What is the meaning of driver in the program? This driver referring with WebDriver. This particular driver referring with WebDriver. Considering the driver reference, we are taking with this particular WebDriver reference and identifying the object. To identify the object, how many techniques we got? How many techniques we got? 8 techniques we got. Considering that driver dot, we are using method name. What is the method name we are using? What is the method name we are using? Find element. Everything predefined methods. Everything predefined methods, just according to the requirement, we need to understand what are all that particular methods need to be used. For now, we got the method name. What is the method name? What is the method name? Find element. So this find element, what is the functionality of find element? Identifying particular object, identifying particular element, or we can consider object. Now you will provide it and will be continue. But while finding the element, it will get one more confusion. What is that confusion? What is it? Which element need to refer? That is what your find element only. Right. So it will be getting the confusion of which technique we have to use it. Because for Selenium, how many techniques we got? How many techniques we got? 8 techniques we got. As we got 8 techniques, it cannot understand that which technique need to be get followed. Okay. Now let's see here. We need to be provide all that particular clear information. First we will be taking with find element. First we will be identifying the element. Then you need to be perform an action. For that, I'm using with the statement that you will be considering the send case here. Right. So which it will be using one particular method name. What is the method name? What is the method name? We got 2 things here. Find element. Here you will provide which technique you will be using it. By dot name, you need to be provide that particular name. And then taking with send keys, which need to be provide to enter the data in text box here. Now see the whole conclusion. As simple as need to be go with automation testing. Meaning of automation testing? Meaning of automation testing? Testing done by the tool. What is the tool we are working? What is the tool we are working? Selenium. While working with Selenium tool, first we need to be identify the object. Once we got identified, then taking with this particular technique, which technique we have to use it, we need to be provide. Once you provide it, it will identify, it will perform an action. The whole Selenium you will be getting followed with the same syntax only. Let's see that how exactly we can work on it. Opening the browser, entering the URL, and then taking with another statement here. Now we need to type username, driver dot, considering as find element, and then by dot, which you will be taking. Sorry. By dot, you are getting the list of all the options here. All the 8 techniques options will be getting entered. We are using with the option. What is option? What is option? Name. We need to be get this name details. From where you will get this name details? From inspect. That your HTML code, that will be the common. That concept will be the common, which you will be taking with, which you will be considering the taking with inspect, doing with right click, and then taking with inspect. Any name option available? Name option? Yes or no? Okay. So which you will be taking with name option. As it is, you need to be copied. As it is, you need to be get copied and then taking with close. So that now we can see here. You need to be provide. You need to be get provide. By dot name, you need to be provide as it is that particular name. What exactly the name you copied, you need to be get provide that particular name. Because the whole Java is considering the case sensitive. As you're already knowing it, while working the Java or Selenium, considering the case sensitive, this particular capital letters and small letters will make you different meaning. Dot need to be perform an action. To perform an action according to the requirement, what is the method we have to use? What is the method you have to use? Taking with send keys. Send keys of you need to be get provide that particular username. You need to be get provide that particular username. You need to be get provide Naresh IT. Okay. Sorry. Oh. Right. So next we got type with username. What is the next step we got? After typing the username, what is the next step we got? Typing with password. Password is also considered as? No. That password is also considered as a text box. To work with the text box, what is the syntax you have to follow? Driver dot find element. After that, by dot name. From where you will get this name? From where you will get this name? From inspect. Taking with name. Taking with inspect. Having the name option? Name option. Yes. As it is, you need to be get provide. As it is, you need to be get provide. That you will be providing that particular option. So you need to be get copied and you need to be pasted. While working with automation testing, you have to take care about practice of copy paste also. How will do copy paste? Knowing it, right? Practicing very well. Okay, very perfect. While working automation, more important. What is the method name? What is the method name? Send keys. Send keys of what you want to type it, which you will be taking with Naresh IT. So which it will be considering the taking care about which need to be get providing that particular taking with test date of username and then taking with password. Now see the steps here. See the steps. First we got launching the browser. After that, entering with URL. After that, enter username. After that, enter password. What is the next one? Click on login button. So we need to be get click on button, so which need to be get consider same. Driver dot find element by dot taking with name. What is the name of that button? Submit. Okay. And then taking with dot. What is the method name we will use? Previously, what is the method name we got? Send keys. Use of the send keys. Sending the value. Entering the data. That method name of send keys, you can considering the enter the data in that particular respective text box. Now we got click activity. What is the method name we got? What is the method name we got? Taking with click. Okay. So for the confirmation, taking with, for the confirmation, which you will be taking with thread.sleep. So there I'll be providing some waiting time. So after that, need to be get taking with login. After doing the login, what is the next activity? After doing the login, what is the next activity? Need to be get taking care with logout option. Now see that particular logout option. Okay. Now you can see that considering that this particular logout option, if we do with the inspect, if we do this particular inspect, which we will be getting with HTML code. In this HTML code, in the highlighted one, is there any name option? No. Any ID option? No. So any other options we can try? What is it? Link. XPath we can try on it. But apart from that, you will be taking with link. You need to be get taking with. You need to be get considering that taking with the link. We need to be get provide driver dot find element by dot taking with link text. By dot, which you will be taking with link text. Dot okay. Providing that link text. Dot. What is the method name? For performing click activity, what is the method name? Any click will be followed with the same thing. What is that method name? Taking with click activity. So doing with the login, once you have been done with the login, it's need to be get click on that particular logout here. Okay. After that, what is the last step? What is the last step? Close with application. Okay. Now we can see here. Now, see the whole program. First, we got imported all the required packages. Creating with class and creating with main method. What is the use of the main method? What is the use of the main method? To start program execution. Then you will be taking with, writing with WebDriver object. With the help of driver object, we are able to access all the required methods. The one we got considering that navigate.to. What is the use of navigate.to? To enter URL. Then you will be taking with next step. What is the next step you written? Once you entered the URL, what is the next step? Entering with username. After that, enter password. After that, click on submit button. So click on that particular submit button. What is the last step? Click on logout. And finally, closing with browser. Okay. Now we can see here. This is what we need to be get mentioning, that automating a very full-fledged scenario, considering that login and logout, and then taking with, So first you are taking with launching with the browser, entering with the URL, and then doing with the login, and then doing with logout. Now we can see here. We can see that you need to be able to see that performing all the steps. Doing the login, then log out. Okay. After log out, if required, you can write with the wait statement, you can consider. Right. Now we can see here. So launching the browser, entering with the URL, doing with the login, and then taking with logout and close the application. So this is what we got a possibility in implementing with automation testing. This is what we got a possibility in writing with or developing with this particular automation scripts here. So this is how you need to be get followed. This is how you need to be get followed. The same syntax and getting continued with all the automation testing. So first you got imported all the required packages, creating the class, creating the project, creating with that particular test case steps need to be done. So this is how you need to be get continued in developing with automation script. As simple as you guys need to be get taking care about. You guys need to be get taking care about how we can develop automation script with the help of Selenium, or we can consider Selenium WebDriver. With the help of the Selenium WebDriver, this is how you need to be get continued in developing with automation script. Okay. This package is already done, right? Okay. Just take these particular step from here. Just only this program. Not required all the programs here. Not required all the program. Just take with the code of this particular test steps here. Not required all the programs. Just take only this program. By that, the same thing will be applied for any project. Going forward, any project you want to be work, you can follow the same. Online students also, just you can take this particular statement. Up to that close. You need to be get very careful about that capital letters and small letters. Whenever you are providing that object identification, you need to be get provide the correct object details which are available in the HTML code, including the small letters, capital letters. You need to be get provide in the correct way. After 4, you guys are having the sessions. Which session? Core show, advanced. Okay, done. Okay. Right. Now assume that this particular program, which browser it is opening it? Which browser it got open? Firefox. Assume that you want to be go with the Chrome browser. What need to be done? Chrome browser, what need to be done? Considering the Chrome driver. So all the steps will be the same. That is what advantage of Selenium. Once you are writing with the code for one browser, the same code you can use for any browser. So we got Chrome driver. Giving an error? Why it is giving an error? No. We need to be get import that package. What is that package here? org.openqa.selenium.taking with Chrome. Chrome driver. So we need to be get provide that particular Chrome driver. And after that, we need to be get considering that webdriver.chrome driver. Then you need to be get provide path of Chrome driver.exe. We need to be get provide path of Chrome driver.exe. Okay. So now we can see here. If I run this program, which browser it has to be get open? Which browser it has to be get open? Chrome browser. Which need to be get open with Chrome browser. It's need to be get open taking with Chrome browser, doing with the login, and then taking with the logout and close the application. So this is how we need to be get continued. This is how we need to be get continued doing with that particular respective automation script. So going forward, any test case you want to be get automate, you need to be get followed with the same steps here. So for now, we got understand the basic program that we got understand about automating the functionality of login, logout. With this particular test case, we got understand working with text box and then taking with buttons and then taking with links. Okay. So then we got considering the taking with Chrome browser. So now take with the new heading mentioning the verification. Take with the new heading is verification in WebDriver. Take with the new heading is verification in WebDriver. Verification in WebDriver. Under that, have a heading is test step and make a note of test steps. Have a main heading is verification in WebDriver. Under that, have a heading is test step. Make a note of the test step. Take with the first step. Launch browser. Take with the first step. Launch browser. Take with the second step. Enter URL. Enter URL. Take with the next step. Verify page title. Verify page title. Verify page title. Verify page title. Take with the next step. Enter username. Enter username. Enter username. Take the next step. Enter password. Enter password. Enter password. Take with the next step. Click on login button. Click on login button. Click on login button. Click on login button. Take with the next step. Verify page title. Verify page title. Again you can write. Verify page title. Verify page title. After that, take with the next step. Click on logout. Click on logout. Click on logout. And take the last step. What is the last step? Close application. Close application. Close application. Okay. So that is what we need to be get understand. So if we get look into the step, we need to be get understand about how we can go with verification activity. So for now, we got understand taking with very basic program, that will be taking with text boxes, and then taking with buttons, and then taking with links. And then we got Chrome browser, and after that we need to get understand about verification. So after verification, once it has been completed, then we need to learn mouse over. So how we can automate? So how we can automate mouse over functionality? So like this, we need to get continued in understanding. We need to get taking care about. So how we can automate each and every particular functionality. So everything will follow the similar syntax only. But first, go with the practice of this program. If we got comfortable with this program, very easily we can work with all other programs here. Just see that taking the practice of this program. So by that, from tomorrow, we'll be taking with all the new programs here. Lot of new things you will understand step by step. But first, please spend with the time in taking the practice of this particular program. Okay? Clear? Carry on. Thank you.